Up to the front of our mat if we're not already. We'll take a couple of big rolls through the shoulders. And out. Big deep breath in. And out. Beautiful. Settle into our Tadasana or mountain pose. So you can take a little bit of a rock forward and back if you like. Just getting a sense of where the feet are in space. Big deep breath in. And out. That's it. Nice. So taking one more big deep breath in. And out. Really opening the shoulders up to the front of the room if they're not already. We'll take two last big deep breaths here. Beautiful. One more big deep breath in. Lift the arms up overhead. And exhale down through heart center. We'll take one more like that. Big deep breath in. And exhale to fold. Take a big deep breath in. Halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Let's take one more like that. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins. Exhale, release it down to the mat. Maybe take a little rag doll here. So my knees are slightly bent, so my thighs come into contact with my belly, or belly into contact with thighs. Take a little rock side to side here. Exhale, release the hands on down to the mat. And then exhale, stepping back with our right leg. Dropping that right knee down. Inhale to lift on up. Take a little open through the shoulders, little cactus arms. Exhale, release the hands on down to the mat. Stepping it back, we take a little round of cat-cow here. So inhale, dip the belly looking up. And then exhale to round through. Inhale, dip the belly looking up. And then exhale to round through. Inhale, looking up. And then exhale to round through. One more. Inhale, looking up. And then exhale to round. Beautiful. Coming back to center. Take a little roll out through the shoulders. This time we tuck the toes under and pushing on all the way back up to our first down dog. If you would like, take a little bend through the knees. You can take a little pedal out if that feels good. Beautiful. One more breath in and out. This time we're going to walk the feet all the way forward to meet the hands, coming all the way to the front of the mat. Take a halfway lift and fold. Inhale to lift all the way up, hands to heart center. Take another breath or two here. That's it. Inhale, lifting all the way up, and then exhale to fold. Coming all the way down, halfway lift. Exhale to fold, plant the hands, stepping back, left leg this time. Drop that left knee down. Inhale to lift, and then exhale to cactus the arms. Inhale to lift. Exhale, release the hands on down. We're going to step that right leg back as well. Take a little round of cat-cow here. So inhale, dip the belly looking up, and then exhale to round through. Beautiful. Inhale, looking up, and then exhale to round. Inhale, looking up, and then exhale to round. Beautiful. One more here. Inhale, looking up, and then exhale to round through. Coming back to a neutral spine here. This time we're going to start to warm up through the core here. So we're going to lift our right leg out to the back. Lift our left arm on the next inhale. Really balance here so the core comes on. Keep that back nice and neutral. Exhale, knee to elbow. Now we round. Inhale to lift on up. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to lift. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to lift, and then release the hands on down to the mat. This time, inhale, lifting the left leg up. That's it. Lift the right arm, balancing here. Core is on, pushing the right foot into the floor to help with your balance. Exhale, knee to elbow, rounding. Inhale to lift. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to lift. Let's go a couple more here. Exhale and inhale. Exhale, last one here. Inhale to lift, release it down to the mat. Settling in here, you can stay on all fours if that's where you're at today, or if you're up for the challenge, or if you're up for it, coming on up to down dog. Obviously, if you've got any shoulder issues or anything like that, feel free to stay at all fours here. Take a little pedal out, stretching through the backs of the legs. Beautiful, coming back to center. That's it, inhale, lifting on up. Bringing the feet all the way forward. Stepping it through. Taking that halfway lift and fold. Inhale to lift. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center, releasing here, coming into our Tadasana or mountain pose here. The body should be starting to feel a little bit warmer here by now. Take a little moment, check in with your posture here. Take a little tuck under of the tailbone. And then inhale, lifting on up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back on the right leg. Beautiful. From here, we're going to take a little twist here. Just open up that left arm, just getting that thoracic spine moving a little bit. Exhale, bring the hand on down to the mat, stepping it back. You've got an option to drop the knees to the floor. We're going to take our high to low plank. That's it, all the way down to the mat for this first one. Inhale, little cobra here, pull the shoulders back. Exhale to lower. Let's go cobra again, pulling those shoulders back, using the muscles in your back. Exhale, release it down. Tuck the toes, pushing all the way back up, down dog. Take a little pedal out here, if that feels good, of course. Pushing all the knuckles of the hands down into the mat, coming back to center, tilt those hips up nice and high, and then we're going to bring our right leg forward this time. So a little bit different, lifting up to tiptoes. Draw the right knee in towards the nose, lift the foot, keep the hips lifted, pushing forward onto the left tiptoes, step it through. Inhale, lifting up, crescent lunge. A little bit different here, building on. Take a couple of breaths here. That's it. Little bob up and down might feel good. That's it. One more breath. Exhale, release the hands on down to the mat, stepping it forward. Taking a halfway lift and fold. Inhale to lift, hands to heart center. That's it. Inhale, lifting on up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, take a halfway lift and fold. Plant the hands, stepping back on the left leg. Dropping that left knee down. We'll take that twist, lifting on up. And then exhale, hands coming on down to the mat, stepping it back. You've got an option, full length or knees. I'm going knees this time while I'm still warming up a little bit. Exhale, release the body down to the mat. Inhale to cobra. Exhale to lower. Let's go one more here. Inhale, cobra. Exhale to release. Tuck the toes under, pushing up, down dog. Nice and strong through the core. Take a little pedal out if that feels good. Coming back to center, let the heels drop down towards the floor. How's the back of your legs feeling? Inhale, lift to tiptoes. Draw the left knee in towards the nose. Keep the hips lifted nice and high. Step it on through. So keeping those hips lifted high will help you to be able to step your foot through. Lifting on up, crescent lunge. Just keeping those hips high gives you a little bit more space to bring the leg through. Take one more breath in here. Exhale, release the hands down to the mat, stepping forward. Taking a halfway lift and fold. Inhale to lift, hands to heart center. Take another breath or two here. I don't know about you, I'm starting to feel quite warm here. Take another breath or two if that feels good. Well, please do keep breathing actually. Inhale, lift the arms on up, and exhale to fold. It's kind of important to be able to keep your body moving. Inhale, lifting on up halfway. Release, step it back, right leg. This time, slowly start to straighten through that front leg. Little pyramid pose, stretching into the hamstring. We bring our body forward, looking forward, plant the hands, step it back, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Take your pick, up dog. Core is on to help support you. Exhale, back through to down dog. So super important, in your up dog, your core really pulls in and up to help support your low back. Inhale, lift to tiptoes. Lift that right knee in towards your chest. Hover the body forward. Step it through. Inhale to lift. That's it. Take a little bob up and down if that feels good. That's it. One more breath in here. Exhale, hands release down to the mat, stepping forward. Taking a halfway lift and fold. Inhale to lift. Hands to heart center. That's it. Inhale, lifting on up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the hands, stepping back, left leg. This time, straighten the right leg, pyramid. That's it. Roll it back forward, bending into that knee, looking forward, plant the hands, step it back, high to low plank. Inhale and exhale. That's it. Take another breath or two here. Inhale, lift to tiptoes. Draw the left knee in towards the nose. Step it through. Inhale to lift. That's it. Nice work. Hands coming on down to the mat. Stepping forward. Taking a halfway lift. And fold. Inhale to lift. Hands to heart center. That's it. Take another couple of breaths here. Let the body settle for a moment. We've got a whole little sequence this morning that's going to work into the upper body, help us to keep nice and open. It's going to work some balance and really focusing on connection to your body, but also connection to whatever else might be going on and other people around you in particular. So take another breath or two here. Inhale, lift the arms on up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Release the hands, sinking back into a chair pose. So the hips sink down, arms come up overhead. So it's a similar little transition to what we did last week for those of you who were on last week. And hands come to heart center here. We're going to twist towards our right. So left elbow comes over the right knee. It can hook over or it can just hover on top of the knee. So take your pick here, whatever's working best for you. Coming on around, and we're going to hold it here. Keep those knees in line with one another. So don't let the whole body twist around. Keep the knees in line. So the twist is coming from your torso. Lift the left leg up. Keep the right leg on the floor. Bring the weight into the right leg. Shoot the left leg back. So you're in this twisted lunge. Beautiful. Take another breath or two here. Inhale, lifting on all the way up. Crescent lunge. A little bit of a different transition today. Exhale, open out. Warrior two. Inhale, flip and reverse. Coming back to center. Nice and slow and controlled here. Inhale, lifting on up. We pivot around to face the side of the room, sinking into goddess pose. It's a little bit different here. That's it. From here, we bring our hands on down to our knees. Sink the hips back. We're going to drop our right shoulder forward. A little bit of a twist here. Exhale, drop the other shoulder. So coming around to the other side. Inhale, lifting on up. all the way up and out. And then exhale, come to face the front of the room again. Flip and reverse. Coming back to center, windmill all the way up. We're going to come into a warrior three. So we're going to come into balance on that front leg. Really pull the shoulders back. You can cactus the arms or bring them to heart center if that works better for your shoulders. Nice straight back. Exhale, release it down. Hands coming down to the mat. We step it back, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back through to down dog. Lift up to tiptoes. Walk, step or float through to the front of your mat. Halfway lift and fold. Inhale to lift. Hands to heart center. Take a little moment here. Reflect on that little flow. Is there anything there that you might need to check in with on this next round? Any areas where your core needs to turn on? Inhale, lifting on up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands. We step. Actually, no, we don't step. We release the hands. We sink our hips down into our chair pose. Like I said, a little bit of a different transition today. Hands come down to the chest. Right elbow comes to left knee into that twist. So try and keep your knees together here. Twisting through your torso. Take another breath or two here. Beautiful. When you're ready, lifting on up, shoot that right leg back into our twist. Beautiful. Inhale, lifting on up, crescent lunge. Open on out, warrior two. We flip, reverse that front arm. Coming back to center. Inhale and pivot, sinking into goddess pose. Hold it here for a moment. Bring the hands on down to the knees. We take our twist. So back shoulder. So when I say back shoulder, I mean the one that's at what was the back of your mat. Lifting on up, front shoulder. Beautiful. Inhale to lift. Coming on all the way up. Pivot around to the front of the room. Flip, reverse. Come back to center. Lift it on up. Crescent lunge, warrior three. Beautiful. Lift that back leg a little bit higher. Really keep the body nice and active here. Release that back leg down, nice and controlled. Hands come down to the mat. We take our flow. High to low. Use your knees if you need. And exhale, back through to down dog. Take another breath or two here. If you need, you can walk, otherwise jump or float to the front of your mat. Halfway lift and release. Inhale, lifting all the way up, hands to heart center. So if you are jumping through, make sure you land nice and softly. Option to grab a little drink if you would like. Take a little roll out through the shoulders if that feels good. Ease out any tension. Inhale, lifting on up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Release the hands, sink the hips. Cactus if you need. Hands to heart, twisting to the right. That's it. Take another breath or two here. Sink the hips a little bit lower. Lifting, weight into the right leg. Shoot that left leg back. Crescent lunge. Revolved crescent. Keep the gaze out to the side if you can. Inhale to lift. Exhale to open out. Settle in. Flip and reverse. Coming back to center. Windmill. And sinking in. Goddess pose. You've got an option this time. Bring our right arm, the front arm, underneath the left arm. Take your eagle arm so your palms face each other, or give yourself a hug, wrap your fingers around your shoulders. Take another breath or two here. We're going to slowly start to fold forward and just circle back up, open the chest as much as you can. Fold it forward, round it through, round it back up. One more breath in here, open out, hands to the knees. We take our little twist, right shoulder down, lift, left shoulder down, and lift. Pivot all the way around. That's it, flip and reverse. Come back to center, warrior one, and then we move that into warrior three. That's it. Release it on down, hands come to the mat and step it on back, high to low. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful, take another couple of breaths here. Inhale, lift to tiptoes, walk, step or float through to the front of the mat. Taking a halfway lift and fold. Inhale to lift, hands to heart. Beautiful, take another breath or two here. Inhale to lift and exhale to fold. Inhale to lift halfway, exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back. Oh, not stepping back, let's release the hands, sinking into our chair pose. I'm so used to teaching one particular flow, I keep forgetting that I'm doing something different today. All the more reason why we need to mix it up, right? Hands to heart center. Let's twist towards the left. Even ourselves out here. Beautiful. Settle into your twist here, and we'll shoot our right leg back this time. Weight into the left leg. Core is on to help with your balance. Beautiful. Inhale to lift, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Flip and reverse. Exhale, coming back to center. Pivot around, sink the hips down. Beautiful, let's take those eagle arms. Left arm under right, palms to touch if that works for you. Little stretch through the shoulders here, keep the hands away from the face. We're going to take our little roll down, roll it back up, roll down, roll it back up, open it on out, hands come to the knees, dropping the left shoulder, lift, drop the right shoulder, and lift, coming back on up, and pivot it around. Warrior two, flip reverse. Come back to center, lift on up. Adjust the feet slightly if you like. Warrior one. Beautiful, we float into warrior three. Lift that back leg up. Beautiful. Option to cactus the arms or to heart center. Hold your balance. Release it down. Open out. And hands come down to the mat. Step it back. High to low. Inhale and exhale. That's it. Take another couple of breaths here. Lift the tiptoes or lift to tiptoes. Walk, step or float forward. Halfway lift and fold. Inhale to lift. Hands to heart center. So we're going to hold here for a moment or two. For any of you who do need to jump off at 9:30, then you can jump off then. So yeah, if you need to jump off at 9:30, it is 9:30 now. So you can do that if you need. Good stuff. So let's come on back in. For those of you who are staying for the 45 minutes, let's keep flowing. We're going to take one more round of our flow, And then we're going to move on into some balance work and some glute stretches and finish off. So inhale, lifting on up. Exhale, release. Halfway lift and fold. Release the hands, sinking into our chair pose. Hands to heart center, we twist to the right. That's it, hold the twist, hover our left leg back. Beautiful, one more breath in, lifting on up. Open it out, warrior two, flip reverse. Back to center, lift on up, pivot, sinking in. Right arm straight under left for a hug or eagle arms. We fold forward. Lift on up. Folding forward. Lift on up. Open out. Hands to the knees. Take our twist. Right shoulder. Then the left. Inhale to lift. Pivot around to the front again. We flip reverse. Come back to center. Windmill it all the way up. Warrior one. Then warrior three. We float. That's it. Cactus the arms or to the heart center if you need. Keep them overhead if your shoulders allow. Drop it back down. Hands come down. Stepping it back. High to low. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Take another breath or two here. That's it. Inhale, lifting on up. Right leg, a little bit different. We're going to bring it on forward. Bring that knee to the wrist, ankle to the opposite wrist. Little pigeon pose here. Just to ease out through those glutes. We're going to do a little repeat of this shortly. Take another couple of breaths here. You can fold forward, you can stay nice and upright depending on what works best for you. Beautiful. From here, tuck the back toes under, step it on back, walk, step or float to the front of the mat. Taking a halfway lift and fold. Inhale to lift, hands to heart center. Inhale, lifting on up, flowing straight through, folding forward. Halfway lift and fold. Release the hands. Sink the hips, chair pose, shoulders back and down. Hands to heart. Twisting to the left, right elbow over left knee. Maybe noticing how the two sides feel different here. We're going to shoot our right leg back. That's it. Inhale, lifting on up. Windmill, open out, flip and reverse. Coming back to center, inhale to lift, exhale. That's it. Inhale, left arm under right, take those eagle arms, we fold. Inhale to lift, exhale to fold. Inhale to lift, open out, hands to the knees. We go right shoulder, then the left shoulder. Inhale, lifting on up, pivot around, flip reverse, come back to center, warrior one. We float it up into warrior three. Keep those arms outstretched if that's an option, heart center if it's not. Take another breath or two. If you're like me and you've got a wall in the way, work around it. That's it. Release it on down. Open out. Keep that front knee tracking over the toes. Flip reverse. Don't let that front knee track to the inside, off to the diagonal. Windmill all the way around to the mat. And from here, we're going to step it on back. And we lift our left leg up. Bring that knee to the wrist, ankle to the opposite wrist, and you've got two options here, lifting on up tall, or you can fold forward. Take another breath or two here. Beautiful. Bring the hands back to the mat, pushing back up, stepping it on back. We come through our flow, high to low. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. From here, walk, step or float the feet forward to the front of your mat. Taking a halfway lift and fold. Inhale to lift, hands to heart center. So here's where we can get a little bit funky. We are going to lift on up. Inhale, lift up the arms, lift up our right knee. So I'm going to come and face towards you so you can see what I'm doing. Right knee lifts up, bring it to the outside. Use your hand if you like for a little helping hand. You can bring your hands to your heart center, pushing right knee or right foot into the left thigh, coming into our tree pose. If that's not accessible for you, you have two other options. Foot to the calf or foot or heel just to the top of the ankle or just above the ankle, and toes are on the floor. So take your pick. Knees turn to the outside. Wherever you are, just make sure you're not hooking your ankle or hooking your heel over your knee. If you hook your heel over your knee, you risk actually injuring your knee, which is not what we want. Take another breath or two here in this balance. Inhale to lift. We cross the ankle over the opposite knee, and then we take a little fold forward for a glute stretch. You can reach towards the floor if that's accessible for you. If your opposite standing ankle starts to cramp like mine just did, you can release, otherwise hold for another breath or two. Lifting on back out with control, coming into Tadasana or mountain pose. Beautiful. Take a little drink if you like, tail down. If you've got, we lift our arms overhead, lift the left leg up. We're going to come onto the other side. So, hands come in if you need. Bring the foot, left foot to the inside of the right thigh or to the calf, or alternatively, you can bring the heel just above the ankle and toes to the floor if that's what you need today. So you have options. Quick reminder, make sure we're not hooking that heel over the knee. Take another breath or two here. That's it. Inhale to lift and release it down. Ooh, let's lift it back up again. I completely forgot the second part of that flow. Hooking the ankle over the knee and take that little fold forward. That's it. Take another breath or two here. That's it. Inhale, lifting on up, release it on down. Take a little shake out. Beautiful. Let's take another little flow through those ones to give our body a chance to get used to it a little bit. So, take another moment or three here. Nice big deep breaths. One more breath. That's it. Inhale, lifting on up. Right leg comes up here. If you like, you can use your hands to help get the foot into position. I know that's my preferred method. And really hook that right foot into the thigh, the left thigh, really pushing it in and using the muscles of your left thigh to push back into that right heel as well. So both legs are engaged here. Lifting on up through the arms if they're not already. You can lift the foot off, cross the ankle over the knee and take the fold forward for a little glute stretch here. And lifting on back up, releasing. Oh my goodness. My left ankle is not liking that at all. So if you're feeling like that left ankle is on fire, or those muscles in the bottom part of your calf, perfectly normal. Let's lift on up. It's building strength through your body. Bring that left thigh into, or left foot into your right thigh here. I'm getting my left and rights muddled up. Beautiful. Hover here for a moment. Really work some strength, stability and balance. Beautiful. One more breath. Inhale, lifting on up. Cross it on over. We take that fold forward. Beautiful. If you get the wobbles and need to come out, do that. Come back in for another breath or two. Inhale, lifting on up. Release the foot. Hands to heart center. Taking another breath or two here. Inhale, lifting on up. And exhale to fold. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping it back. Down dog. Take a little pedal out through the feet. Take the opportunity to take a stretch through your calves. Beautiful. Inhale, lifting on up. We're going to come into one last glute stretch here. So, right knee to the right wrist. Bring that right ankle towards your left wrist as much as you can. It doesn't have to be completely perpendicular to the mat, but bring it through a little bit so you get a stretch through that glute. Take that little fold forward. If you like, you can come on up. If you're feeling super flexy, you can also lift that back heel, pull it in for a king pigeon here. A little bit of a challenge. If you're in your king pigeon, you can lift the other arm up over the head or use it for a little bit of support. Release it on down. We're going to come onto the other side. So we push back up into our down dog. Take that little stretch out. Inhale, we lift on up. Left leg, bring it through. Beautiful. Left knee to left wrist. And then from here, you've got the option to fold forward, or if you're going there, you can lift that back heel up. So the right heel this time, reach back with your right hand. Pull that leg in. Pull that heel in. If you've got the stability, you can reach on up over the top, or you can keep your hands on the floor for a bit of support. Take another breath or two here. Release it on down. And we're going to bring those legs all the way around. Stretching them out nice and long. Take a bit of a forward fold here. Inhale to lift on up. And then we're going to release it down to the mat. Hugging the knees in towards the chest. Take a little roll out through the ankles here. Bring the feet up all the way into the air. And then from here, you've got an option to stay here in this inversion with the legs up the wall, or alternatively, you can come into a supine twist. So, I'm going to offer a couple of options. The first option for your supine twist, you can literally just drop your knees over to one side. Second option, if you want a little bit more, cross the ankle over the knee, and then come into the twist here with this twisted roots variation. Take another breath or two here. Lifting on up, and then wherever you are, if you're in that supine twist, let's bring it over to the other side. Take another breath or two here, bring it back to center, and then stretching the legs out nice and long. Wherever you are, just taking a couple of moments here. I'm going to offer you the option today, if you do have a little bit longer, to stay here a little bit longer in your Shavasana. If not, if you do need to move on with your day, let's take about 4 or 5 deep breaths here together. Beautiful. Take another breath or two here. As I said, if you've got time to rest here a little bit longer, please do so. Otherwise, if you do need to move on with your day, please roll over to your preferred side. And then coming on all the way up to a comfortable seat. Whatever that looks like for you. Take a little roll through the shoulders. And bowing the head, maybe bringing the thumbs to the forehead and releasing. Thank you for joining me this morning, guys. Whatever you've got on for the rest of the day, have a wonderful rest of your day. Any comments or questions, please let me know. Otherwise, thank you for joining us, guys.